We've all had a difficult time buying tickets. Lakers games are expensive, but I try and find games to take my son Vinny to. It's hard to find good deals, especially at the last minute.
You shouldn't have to worry when you buy tickets to your next big event. Gametime is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you.
The Lakers have a ton of home games the remainder of the year. I like that in the Gametime app, they have last-minute tickets. You can see views from every seat.
Gametime is the only ticketing app that gives you complete peace of mind with your purchase. Their all-in pricing shows your total up front, so you know you're getting a great deal before you buy. They also have the Gametime guarantee, which means you'll always get the best price.
Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Gametime.
Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code J&J for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code JANDJ for $20 off. Download Gametime today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Get us some holiday shopping done this weekend. Pick up some touchdowns. They're on sale at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. What else would you expect from the number one place to bet touchdowns? DraftKings has doorbuster profit boosts and bet one, get one promotions on all types of touchdown bets.
The Commanders are turning back into the Washington football team these last few weeks, but you know we're still locked in on all the Jaden Daniels player props. So be sure to check DraftKings Sportsbook app all weekend for flash deals that will have you dancing in the end zone.
Grab some TDs with DraftKings Sportsbook. They're on sale from Thanksgiving through Cyber Monday. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code Jenkins to opt in. That's code Jenkins, only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Welcome to Jenkins. Hold on. Welcome to Jenkins and Jones on the Volume Podcast Network. Let me be double sure. It's Sunday, December 8th, and we got a jam-packed episode. We got a lot of college football, some baseball stuff, some NFL stuff. We're talking about our favorite actor, Timmy Chalamet, maybe the new official actor of the Jenkins and Jones podcast. We're talking about the next Usain Bolt. We're talking about Doechii, and we're talking about, we got our Dookie Bud of the Week coming up as well. So jam-packed show. As always, Jenkins and Jones, hosted by LaJethro Jenkins, a.k.a. John.
What's that, Bubba's?
With the green underbrim.
Always.
Mandatory. Dragonfly
I'm a traditionalist.
Hey, everybody have the gun. What's that, Bubba?
I'm Guardy B, a.k.a. Mike.
Motherfucking Mike.
Motherfucking Mike.
And we're produced, as always, by the lovely and talented Lumberjackson Saffon.
What's up?
Where we at?
What's up?
Where we
It's
at? With
good.
it? How you feeling?
I mean, I think I'm committing to keeping it at least until Christmas. We'll see. We'll see beyond that.
I mean, if you're keeping it till Christmas, just say you're keeping it till New Year's, bro. You're not going to see anyone.
No. Yeah, well, I am. That's my family's going to be here. My girlfriend's going to be here. She's not here right now. So,
Your mom and your girlfriend.
What's your
already
lady
approved of it.
saying though?
she's saying that she's coming around to it. But
Oh yeah, she like it. coming around to it. I'm coming around. She just don't want to say she was wrong, nigga. Nigga, it's looking good, bro. Ask the chat. They know what time it is. They've been leading. They've been leading. You know, they're on the right side of history.
They are. Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. I think I speak for all for the entire podcast when I say that I have room in my head for like one white actor at a time. And for a long time, it was Leonardo DiCaprio. And then we found out Leonardo DiCaprio has been robbing the cradle. And it's like, I don't know that I need to see every movie Leonardo DiCaprio's in. It might be Timothee Chalamet.
Chalamet. Timothy Chalamet. Angela G and Timothy Chalamet.
Timothy Chalamet. Timothy Chalamet.
Timothy Chalamet, the God.
I was very unfamiliar with his game. Like I know who he is as an actor or whatever, but it was the clip that Tyler retweeted of him at the talent show at LaGuardia High School, going crazy. He was on College Gameday, and obviously someone gave him the lines, but he was killing it. And then someone sent me Yeah, one of our listeners
Hell of
sent me his Twitter. He follows like 40 people on Twitter, and that includes Woj, Bill Simmons, and Zach Lowe.
He's a ringer head. He's a ringer head. He said it when he was on Kimmel one time. He just brought up the ringer.
Interesting.
Look, I was completely wrong about this dude. You know, I found out the legend and the lore of this dude after I retweeted the College Gameday promo tweet saying they were going to have him on. I was like, it would be hilarious if this dude was actually like a college football diehard and just went up there and got like his Paul, Finnenbaum on. And people like were replying to us like, yo, he is really a sports diehard. Yeah. And bro, like, like, you know, this always happens on Twitter when someone brings up the whole, you know, people don't talk about the downside of pretty privilege where people think you're dumb or shallow or whatever. And everyone tells them, shut the fuck up. Oh, the poor, attractive person. I am guilty of this on one here. I legitimately thought he was just a shallow, bland, pretty boy who was just like an acting is my passion ass motherfucker. And I was dead ass wrong. He seems like a really cool dude, man. Yeah. Like, if you are a sports fanatic, that tells me like so much about who you are, especially to be, you know, an A-list actor, you know, one of the top actors in the world, and to be that, you know, in the trenches with sports. Like he knew how, like y'all said, of course it looked like it was a script. Like he might have done some research, or his team might have done some research, but you can't fake actually knowing what you're talking about. It wasn't like he was just right. You knew he knew what he was, you know, the shit that he was saying, right? It wasn't just some bland shit.
He knew how sports people talk.
Yes, yes,
sure.
right, yes. Absolutely,
you know how to deliver it for sure. You know
absolutely. I mean? And for one, there's absolutely nothing wrong with being prepared to go on a national sports talk show and talk sports, right? You should be prepared. But yeah, I was dead ass wrong about the dude. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I am one of those people who was guilty of thinking the pretty boy was that's all he was, just a pretty boy.
I thought he was French.
I
thought he was from France. Like I saw the accent on the E. I just assumed he was not from this country, but it's like he's a hoop head from New York, apparently.
I didn't think anything about him outside of his movies. Like he didn't exist outside of the characters in his movies. So I just didn't have any like perception of or thoughts of who he may be as a person. Yeah. But I love seeing him do like the Soldier Boy shit and really getting it. Like this ain't a motherfucker that was just pretending. This is in his soul. Soldier Boy is in his spirit. You know what I mean? Like he embodied Soldier Boy, that shit. He loved that shit. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, bro, that was fun to see. So yeah, I fuck with him.
All right. Shout out to, I also love like us endorsing Timothee Chalamet is like a middle school basketball player endorsing LeBron or something. Like he doesn't need our endorsement. We just wanted to acknowledge that we recognize who Timothee
greatness
Chalamet
when we see it.
The kid legitimately might be the biggest actor in the world under 30. Like he does, our co-signing doesn't mean shit here, but
yes.
I think everybody knows that.
Is the chat?
I think we had to say it, but
well, I just
know we can't be that like, you know what I'm saying? Like we're more self-aware than that. Like we're stamping Timothee Chalamet. He's gonna
we're gonna put Timothy on, bro. We're gonna put that
right.
Jenkins and Jones noted put them on podcast. Yeah,
we got somebody for you,
guy,
Timothee Chalamet. You know what I'm saying? He's next, nigga. No, we're not.
This little movie franchise called the Dune franchise.
You ever heard of it, dude? It's incredible. You got to see it in theaters. You can't watch it at home, dude.
It's a movie that begs to be seen on the IMAX screen. All right.
Treat yourself. Yeah, man.
Treat yourself.
You deserve, my nigga.
The fucking Chiefs did it again. I feel like they've been on the verge of losing almost every game. It feels like I've seen. They end up beating the Chargers 19-17 on, let me know if I have this correct, Jackson, a banked in field goal to go to 12-1. Is that right?
That is correct. It was like the 25-yard field goal that their third string kicker doinked in.
And they put the third stringer in just for like
their last two kickers
increase the degree of difficulty.
It feels like that, but their last two kickers, including enemy of the podcast, Harrison Butker, has gotten hurt.
Harrison Butker, the anti Timothee Chalamet.
The anti Timothee Chalamet. Exactly.
We do not endorse him.
The people were also waiting on that one. Yeah.
Right. I think what I want to ask, I guess, especially Tyler and Jackson, because I know John's not as tapped in with the NFL, but it is also, it's a question that applies to hoops and everything else. There was this thing with like the Kobe Shaq Lakers where there was the on switch, right? And you just knew the regular season doesn't fucking matter. Even game 1 or 2 of a series might not matter, but once they lock in, they're running through everybody, and that's what they did. And it is notoriously much harder to do that in football than it is in basketball because you don't play series. There's so much more variability within a game, the physicality of it, obviously. But it does kind of feel like that where, they're not dominating everyone, but they're 12-1. And for as good as the Lions have looked, as good as the Eagles have looked at times, whatever, I just don't know how you would pick against the Chiefs becoming the first ever team to three-peat in NFL history. How do you read these like 1917 type wins? Or is it just, they got the switch, they got Mahomes, nothing else is going to ultimately matter?
Yeah, I mean, I think deep down, most NFL fans know that, the Chiefs are probably going to turn it on come the playoffs. And we're doing all this hand-wringing over a 12-1
They're 12-1
at that, right? You know what I mean? But it is not a fucking, 2007 Patriots type, team we're looking at here with that impressive record. It's a team that does look beatable. So many of their wins have just been last second eeks like we saw today.
Yeah.
But I mean, people are having discussions about, they're saying Mahomes isn't the best quarterback in the NFL this season. And I agree. I think you could say Lamar's outplaying him. I think you could say Josh Allen's outplaying him. I'll even hear you out if you say Burrow's outplaying him. But I still think he's the best quarterback in the league. And we know that come playoff time, they're going to flip that switch. So yeah, it's I mean, it's more of a running joke to me than something to legitimately be concerned about, they just keep eking these wins out because they're going to go to the playoffs. It doesn't matter what their record is as long as they make the postseason. And I would not bet against any other team besides them winning it.
Yeah. Yeah. Jackson, you feel the same?
I think so. The Bills and the Ravens are very, very good, and they have quarterbacks who are arguably outplaying Mahomes this season. And like the Bills,
if
lost
either of them
today,
are playing in Arrowhead in January,
I'm picking the
like
Chiefs. I am picking the Chiefs. I would be picking the Chiefs, I think.
Y'all lied to yourself last year too.
I would be picking the Chiefs.
I've always been a Mahomes believer.
Yeah.
Josh Allen looks like Superman right now. He's the first player ever to have 3 passing touchdowns and 3 rushing touchdowns in the same game, and they still lost, by the way.
Yeah.
But and the Bills are the team to have beaten the Chiefs this season.
Right.
So it's not like they can't do it, but they can't do it in the playoffs until they do it. So
yeah, I mean, I don't think we're anywhere different than we were at the start of the season, where it was like the Chiefs are the favorites, but the teams that could knock them off are perhaps Baltimore and Buffalo. And I think we're still exactly,
and we're
there,
still there.
You know?
Yeah, it is one of those things that I feel like this is the type of conversation we have in the NBA, to your point, Mike, more than we do in the NFL.
Yes, that's what's interesting about
where it's like, those teams, there's no way they can get it done in the playoffs. And then it's like until they do it, that is true, right? Like until Giannis got the ring, until the Celtics got the ring, you can accurately say they've crumbled in the playoffs up until this point.
Yep.
The Nuggets too. Like you can correctly and justifiably say that is actually true. But eventually someone's going to get over the hump. The Chiefs aren't going to win the Super Bowl every season. Like it is.
Again, in the NFL,
happen.
No team's ever even three-peated. They're trying to be the first team ever to three-peat. So yeah, it's like they're not going to win the next 5 unless they do.
Right? And Josh Allen isn't good. Can't get it done in the playoffs against Mahomes until he does. Like it's impossible to pick against them right now. It does feel like, even though here's what I think it is for me with Mahomes. It does feel like Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are playing better football than Mahomes right now. But if you were like, oh, you need one singular play or one singular drive, you still are picking Mahomes. Like the plays he made to win the game tonight, they only scored 19 points. They scored 1 touchdown. Josh Allen had 6 today by himself.
Yeah.
But you're still like, if you need one in a loss, but if you need one singular play,
yeah,
no one in the world is picking anyone other than Patrick Mahomes. I'm sorry, other than like Bills fans.
Yeah. Okay. Also in football news today, we got some college football news. The college football playoff bracket dropped, which interestingly, Tyler, I did not think there was any way in hell they were actually going to leave Alabama out of this playoff with the expanded playoff this year. It's Oregon, Arizona State, Boise State, and Georgia getting the bye. And then it's Ohio State, Tennessee, Texas, Clemson, Penn State, SMU, and Notre Dame, Indiana. What do you think of the bracket and them growing the playoffs? And were you surprised that they left Bama out?
I honestly was surprised that they let Bama out, but that loss to Vanderbilt, bro, like, and then, the loss they took to Oklahoma, where they just did not look like they just got completely dominated that game. Rough first year for
make it to the playoff with 3 losses, though. That was an expectation. They lost to Tennessee too.
It's
and they're 4th in the SEC.
The deal was that because of what happened in the ACC championship with Clemson effectively stealing a bid, they thought they're not going to still put SMU in.
Yeah, for sure.
Over Alabama,
SMU
because
came in at 12.
Whatever it is that NCAA committees have done, they're going to do it for Alabama historically, right? Or the SEC.
The big names or whatever. Right, yeah.
And did you see motherfucking Dabo campaigning post game about that shit? He was like, I know one thing, hats off to SMU. They should definitely get in the playoff. That was for sure a knock to, a nod at the committee, like, do not put Bama in this motherfucker.
Yeah. But Nick Saban was about to cry on ESPN today, bro. At Alabama, we're supposed to play Ohio State and, Notre Dame. And that's what's, I don't know if they're going to still play those big games.
Yeah, Alabama football is going to be just fine. Kalen DeBoer, that's the guy we need to be worried about. I hope that dude is taking a nice long extended vacation way out of motherfucking Alabama right now, because he probably got some for sale signs on his front yard right now. But yeah, I'm not mad at Bama being bounced. I mean, I don't think there's any way you could look at that squad and say this is a team that can legitimately win a championship if they get hot. No, they're not built like that. Just from a personal perspective, I am a little salty that Miami didn't make it, just because I'm a big Cam Ward fan. I just love seeing that kid. I honestly think he's a better quarterback prospect than Shedeur. I think he's the best quarterback prospect in this upcoming draft. But I'm not mad at Bama or Miami getting snubbed there. I think those were the right choices to make.
Do you guys like the playoff? Like, do you like this format? Do you feel like you'll pay more attention to college football in January?
I feel like the allure of the college football playoff would be teams who have never played, who you rarely see playing each other on a big stage for big stakes. And it's like, with conference realignment, is that even a selling point anymore? Like, we had fucking Penn State and Oregon playing for the Big Ten championship. What world are we living in? That's a bowl game, bro. You know what I mean? That has bowl game feel. Oregon playing for a Big Ten championship, like, that just doesn't feel right. But yeah, like I said, I think with conference realignment, the allure of these teams that wouldn't normally match up against each other, I think that kind of cheapens that sell of it a bit. But I mean, we're just never going to be satisfied. Like, we thought that, a 14 playoff was the one, because, it was always an argument about, the third place team that didn't make the championship bid when it was, the BCS era. Then we went to 4s, to the 14 playoff. Then it was, discussing about the 5th team out, that didn't make it. Now we're discussing the 13th and 14th teams out. We're never going to be satisfied with this. And the thing about it is, it's not like college basketball where you can do a 68 team multi-round. This is football, bro. You have to limit. This is football with future NFL prospects. You have to limit how much you're putting these kids out there, right? And I don't think it should go any larger than 12, but I wouldn't be surprised if it does.
Yeah,
I agree.
Conference realignment fucked. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, John.
No, I'm just saying, conference realignment fucked me up with college basketball too, bro. Like, when the Big East tournament, when Syracuse with the ACC, it's over with for me, bro. Like, when I can't watch the Big East tournament no more with, like, Syracuse and shit. That shit nasty, dog. You know what I mean? Like, that was my favorite tournament before the tournament. And as I was a Duke fan at that point. You know what I mean? Like, Big East tournament was special every fucking year. You know what I mean? Like, dog. So yeah, the college basketball too.
2 things I want to say about it. One, a point the chat is making that I think it's a good one, is that it makes the regular season more interesting.
It absolutely makes the regular season more interesting.
That is,
and I think a lot of people said that it was going to go the other direction.
Right.
But instead, for me, as someone who's never really been a college football fan at all, every game suddenly, like John said, there's that thick line between 2 losses and 3 losses. So every game becomes super important. Alabama, Vanderbilt, that was never a game that had any kind of significance on anything. That kept Bama out the fucking playoffs this year.
Right.
So the first time they beat Bama, isn't it too? Like, I don't know if they've even beat them before. Like, gee, the fuck.
But the only other thing I want to say is that Larry Scott, you will pay for your crimes. The former Pac-12 commissioner It's a giant fuck you. It's a we are not putting on Larry Scott on this podcast because Oregon wins the Big Ten.
We disavow Larry Scott.
We disavow Larry Scott. Arizona State wins the Big 12. And there's one more, I think. I forget.
Yes.
But the former Pac-12 teams are winning their new conferences. The conference was always good.
Yeah.
It always had good teams. It was just run into the ground by a truly horrible commissioner.
You couldn't watch the games anywhere.
You couldn't watch them.
You couldn't watch the fucking games. And like you said, you have two of the 4 teams getting a bye are Pac-12 fucking teams. Like, and it's Oregon and it's Arizona State. And like, you couldn't figure it out because you had bigger fan bases with like USC.
I was about to say, and this is not even taking into account USC, UW, and UCLA.
Utah, like, and you couldn't figure out a way to make it work. So, fuck Larry Scott forever for sure. Cause this should have been some West Coast shit and we have nothing to take pride in now. It's like John said, it's cool. Like to Tyler's point, I think it like Ohio State, Tennessee playing, and then whoever wins that, you're going to have either Oregon, Tennessee or Oregon, Ohio State at the Rose Bowl to go to the national championship game. That's sick to me. And again, I never like, I feel like I'm probably the target audience for all these weirdo changes because I just never, as a creature of the NFL, I never understood college football. I never understood why there's all these different conferences. The bowl games never made any sense to me. It was like, and then someone's declared a national champion, but it just switches. Like none of that shit ever made any sense to me.
That's weird. That was all weird, yeah.
But it was some West Coast, like I just didn't grow up in SEC country. So they start talking about the Sugar Bowl and whatever. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, that's college football's Super Bowl? Like, so to me, you put all the big names in a playoff, I'll watch football playoffs in basically any format. Like I'll watch the FCS shit. Like it's all like single elimination football playoffs is great. That's the best thing in sports to me. So I'm glad they did this. Tyler's absolutely right. They're going to go to 16 teams, and then we'll be complaining about the 17th and 18th team. They get.
If anything, they should just go to 8. 16 would be so stupid.
They'll go to 16, but I think what they're seeing is like that's going to be the money thing. They've incorporated all the big name bowls into this. So like again, Oregon versus Ohio State or Tennessee in the Rose Bowl, that's going to be a huge fucking event.
Yeah.
Same thing, all these other ones. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm overall happy with it because you give me a bracket with football teams on it, and I'm excited. Like,
yeah. I mean, like I said, with conference realignment, we're seeing teams that wouldn't normally match up against each other. Is such a normal thing that happens now that the first round matchup I'm most intrigued in is Notre Dame, Indiana. Right, you got the premier program of Indiana, and then you've got in Notre Dame, and then you have Indiana, then you have Indiana, who's had the best football season in their program's history, going up against the big boys in their state. Right, a very localized rivalry. I wouldn't even call it a rivalry because Indiana has never been shit in football, but a very localized matchup there. Like that's what's most intriguing to me there.
God, I hope Indiana wins. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great. And that's the other thing I love about college football is as someone who's appreciated the joy of hating in sports the older I've gotten, it's fun. So someone tweeted today that the entire timeline was gathered around in a circle pissing on Alabama's grave today. That's what it was, 100%. And it'll be the same shit if Notre Dame loses to Indiana. It'll be the same shit if Ohio State loses. Like that's what it is. And I enjoy that aspect of it for sure. Let's do a little Heisman talk. It's gotten a little spicy. It would appear that Travis Hunter of Colorado is going to win it. That's who I would vote for. But Austin Jeanty of Boise State, the running back, probably would win it in most years. And it's such a bummer to me as a believer in not giving every award to quarterbacks every year. It's a bummer to me that these two sort of like generational non-quarterback talents get pitted against each other this year. But what do you think of this, Tyler? The critique on Travis Hunter is that he's winning the award for playing the most snaps. Like he's basically winning a conditioning award because he's out there on offense and defense. Even though you wouldn't say he's the best offensive or defensive player, whereas Austin Jeanty is sort of a generational running back. Like, how do you come down on it? And what do you think of the criticisms of Travis Hunter most likely winning it?
I personally think Travis Hunter should win it. I think that he has just been flat out the best college football player in college this year, in my opinion. A guy who plays both sides of the ball and does it extremely well. Ashton Jeanty, phenomenal dude right there. Like he's someone who it doesn't matter how many people you put in the box, he's going to get his 6 or 7 yards every on a carry. He's phenomenal as well. And I think that unfortunately with Heisman voting, what you have to take into account is tradition, right? Like, often that award is this is the best quarterback or the best running back in the league, and I think Ashton Jeanty has that working for him because we haven't seen a lot of prototypes like Travis Hunter who've won it. We've seen Desmond Howard and Charles Woodson, but we've seen a ton of running backs who won it, right? So I don't know. I'm rooting for Travis Hunter, but I think Jeanty probably wins the Heisman votes with the voters.
Oh, interesting.
The DraftKings odds currently are Travis Hunter is a heavy favorite, minus 2,500, and Ashton Jeanty's plus 1,000. But I mean, Jeanty's numbers are insane.
They're nuts. And he's going to be, when do they do the voting? Because he's also going to be in the playoff, obviously.
Yeah, I think there's people are already voting, and then there's like a deadline.
It's voting now. Okay.
It's voting is just open, and then there's a deadline.
Okay.
He has 344 carries for 2,497 yards and 29 touchdowns.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of yards and a lot of touchdowns.
Do they play anybody? I know they stack in the box, but do they play anybody though?
Not really, but Boise State's only loss is to Oregon, and he had 192 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Sheesh. Against the undefeated number 1 team in the
against
country.
the best team in the country.
I'm not saying he couldn't do it against their teams. I'm just saying,
But the numbers accumulating up. Yeah.
If you look at the ranked teams they've played, it was Oregon, and it was UNLV, and that's it.
Okay.
But the stats are crazy. And to Jackson's point, he did the same shit against Oregon that he did against fucking San Jose State.
Yeah.
And he had like 2,000 yards rushing this season, which puts him in on on that tier of all-time great seasons by a running back. Like I said, Heisman voters, they love running backs, especially when they have historic seasons. We saw Ron Dane. No shouts, no disrespect to Ron Dane, college football legend. We saw him beat out Michael Vick and Drew Brees for a Heisman, bro. Like, when you have that historic season as a running back, the Heisman voters tend to really, really, really side with you. So I'm a bit shocked that Vegas has the lines with Travis Hunter as the favorite.
Interesting.
Travis Hunter's he's on the hype train though. I mean, I think did he come in kind of late?
No, I mean it's sort of been a two-man race. It's sort of been a two-man race for a while. I just think to Tyler's point, the historic nature of playing so well on offense and defense is sort of what's going in Travis Hunter's favor. But I guess a receiver and a DB are closer to being a quarterback than a running back is. So, as long as we can award someone in the passing game.
Ashton Jeanty currently has the 4th most rushing yards in a single season in college football history. He's going to pass Kevin Smith for number 3. He's only 70 yards behind.
Yeah.
And he's only 90 yards behind Melvin Gordon for number 2. He's probably not going to catch Barry Sanders unless he has a big game, which he could.
Barry Sanders in like how many games too? Like 12.
Right. Barry Sanders is the best.
Preposterous shit.
Right. It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
But if he has over, how many yards does he need? If he has 100 and he doesn't even need that many. If he has 130 yards in their playoff game, he will have the most rushing yards in a single season in college football history. How do you not give that guy the Heisman?
Yeah. I don't know, but they're not going to.
But they might not. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That Barry Sanders season, bro. Like, Barry Sanders is not a real person. When you look at like his accolades and the numbers that he was putting up, just a phenomenal dude. Like, my favorite story about Barry Sanders from his college days was when he was at Oklahoma State and he was playing behind Thurman Thompson, which is perhaps the best, running back depth chart 1 and 2 in NCAA history. They were playing Oklahoma, and Barry Switzer told his guys, he said, "Look, I want y'all to stick it to Thurman. Make sure he feels it every time he carries the ball, but do not knock him out of the game because the guy they had behind him is a bigger problem than him." So
that's a crazy thing to say.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear the stats for
Barry Sanders? Barry Sanders is my favorite football player of all time. That was the first football jersey I ever got. I got a book, a Barry Sanders biography that came with a DVD because this was pre-YouTube. And I would just watch the DVD over and over again, bro. Just the Barry Sanders fucking highlight reel.
Yeah. There's like a handful, saying who's the best NFL player of all time is such an inexact science because there's offense, there's defense, then all that shit. You just really can't compare. But he's one of those guys who's in that handful of players who you can say this is the best NFL player of all time, right? Like you say him, you could say Brady, you could say Jerry Rice, you could say Jim Brown. Sure. you could say Lawrence Taylor, and that might be the list. And
Yeah.
Barry Sanders is for sure there. All 5'8" of him, could possibly the best NFL player of all time.
But he has like his like top 10 runs are better than anyone else's top run. Like he has 10 plays that you're like, you couldn't, like, if you tried to film this.
Shit.
Yes, if you tried to film this, if you got 22 professional actors on the field and tried to film this run, you could not do it. Like, you couldn't make it look realistic.
We wouldn't believe it, right? We'd be like, come on.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Two more things about this before we move on is these are the Barry Sanders stats from his Heisman season. For context, again, Ashton Jeanty has 2,400, about 2,500 yards, 29 touchdowns in 13 games. In 11 games, Barry Sanders had 2,628 rushing yards and 37 touchdowns.
11 games.
37.
Games.
And not to and not to be old man shit, but this was not the spread them out
when football was football,
college
brother.
Football, bro. This was the shoulder pads up at your ears football. Like
crazy. And the last thing is I put a poll in the chat. Who do you guys got for the Heisman? Our chat is 60% to Travis Hunter.
Okay. All right. Okay. Sports dads out there. Tape that baseball to your baby boy's hand. You got a bat taped to Shola's hand right now while he's sleeping?
Oh, we got that in my blood, nigga. So I'm already telling man, you feel me? Like it's come on, bro.
Juan Soto.
I made the mistake. Well, I wouldn't. There's no guarantee, but I was 5'11", fell in love with basketball. The fuck?
You would have.
I'm
You're
not gonna
6
say
inches taller than Mookie Betts.
I'm not saying any of that, nigga. It's a long road, bro. You feel me? And you got to sign up for some bullshit. Most people do at some point. So yeah, I don't. But regardless, I fell in love with basketball. I'll make sure he don't make the same mistake. We gonna find out that there won't be no what ifs, nigga. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
This conversation brought to you by the news from Jeff Passan. It's so embarrassing. I don't know how to say anyone's name off Twitter.
I believe.
I think it's Passan too.
Yeah.
I've read 10,000 tweets by this person. I read his book. I loved his book. Jeff Passan. I don't know. Broke the news today that outfielder Juan Soto has signed a 15-year, $765 million contract with the New York Mets. $65 million more than Shohei Ohtani's deal with the Dodgers, making it the largest deal in the global history of professional sports.
The number of years he's playing is as wild. They signed him for is as wild as a number to me. As far as much like 15 years, this nigga will be 41. Like how many times did your life change from 26 to 41? He'll be 18 different niggas in that time period, dog.
And I didn't have $500 million.
You feel me? Like, dog, crazy,
three quarters.
Crazy. Right, 3/4. Golly, man. That's a different type of money, bro. And I heard that I saw. I didn't hear. I read that the Yankees offered him something similar. You know what I mean? But similar isn't enough, nigga. He wanted the max, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Give me every fucking dime.
I do think, like, to get into the baseball part of this, not just the crazy sports dad. What I think that's part of what's crazy to me is the Yankees also offered him what would have been the biggest deal in sports history, and he clearly just wanted to go to the Mets. Because you're just not going to tell me the difference between 740 and 765
it's
million.
It's a $5 million difference. The offer from the Yankees was one more year, $5 million less total.
So he wanted to go to the Mets.
He wanted to go to the Mets.
That man just wanted a more stress-free job, and I'm not mad at him. Like you getting the most money you've ever made in your life, and not having to deal with like I guess you could make a parallel that the way the media has all these high expectations of the Yankees. That's like micromanagement for us regular everyday folks. You're gonna get paid the most money in your life and not gonna be micromanaged, bro. Like who wouldn't sign up for that?
So what's the thing with the Mets? You know what I'm saying? I know they had a good moments within a year, but you know what I'm saying?
Here's the deal with the Mets. The Yankees are very analogous to the Lakers in that they're owned by the historical owners of the team. And so most of that family's money is owning the Yankees.
Yes.
The Mets and the Dodgers are like Steve Ballmer's Clippers or like the Celtics, whatever fucking hedge fund the Celtics gets sold to.
Yeah.
Steve Cohen, who owns the Mets, is worth what's he worth? $400 billion or something. I think he's one of the he's like one of the only Americans.
21.3 billion.
21.3 billion. So like the Yankees, this was a big deal for them to go up and offer someone that much money. They've actually kind of been getting little broed a little bit. And
so most of their money's in the franchise, similar to the Lakers. And then this nigga got fucking.
He can break out whatever, and he's been spending, like, I believe their payroll is actually higher than the Dodgers.
It's huge, and that's why their season was really disappointing until the last month of the year.
Yeah, but this is the thing, and I do think there's a sale there to Juan Soto that, to Tyler's point, hey, bro, y'all have any success, and you're going to be this franchise's savior. You go to the Yankees, oh, you only won 2 World Series, you fuck boy. You know what I mean? Like,
get the fuck out of here. Like, who wants to deal with that? You know what I mean? Like,
so I think that's part of it, but I also think there is something too. Like, if you're looking for a team that is telling you we're going to spend whatever it takes to put you on a team that's going to win every year or meet the Dodgers in the World Series every year, or, meet the Dodgers in play, like, that's the team that you could say maybe is a little more reliable than the Yankees, which is crazy to say that. But I liked Soto and Judge on the Yankees. I thought that was good. Just as I think that there's a look there that makes sense. A couple of big fucking beefy dudes that hit bombs. You know what I mean? But yeah, the Mets. I have a couple of friends who are diehard Yankees fans, and I texted them. I was like, that's gotta sting. Like if the Clippers took Braun off the Lakers, bro, we might suck, but we're still the team that expects to get that guy. You know what I mean?
The Clippers got Kawhi in that situation. That kind of sucked a little bit.
That doesn't feel the same. Yeah, it did suck.
Nowhere
but it's not
near as this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He left the Yankees to go. That's different. But I'm just saying, yeah.
Let me give you the math on the contract. So for the next 15 years, he's making $50 million a year, which is $4.25 million a month for 15 years. And none of it's deferred. $0
Congratulations
deferred.
to that man, dog. Crazy.
What would you do? How do you spend $4 million a month? And you're working 10 months a year too.
You could probably find a way to fuck that off. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a way to fuck it off. You know what I mean?
But really, how?
I will never be rich enough to know the things that you could buy in order to do that. I mean, I think that, like, you'd have to buy cities. You know what I mean? Like,
he's getting paid $141,000 a day for the next 15 years.
It's so insane. Literally 3 hours ago, I was having a conversation with my buddy about how I'm like pretty responsible with money and how it would be a lot more fun to not be and to spend it all. And that was talking about like getting $1,000 of extra money, right? Like that was like, oh, if I get a bonus this year or something, like, it'd be nice to spend that instead of putting it away in something. And this guy's getting millions of dollars a day.
It's crazy, bro. It's
bro,
crazy.
like $1,000 is nothing to this nigga.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Like 50K is nothing to this nigga.
Nothing.
Like $50,000 is nothing.
He's making
like
nothing. He's making like $6,000 a minute every minute of his life.
People have done this. It's not quite this much money, I don't think, but people have done this sort of math about people like Taylor Swift and some of the richest people in the world, where it's like an iPhone, $1,000 iPhone, relative to Taylor Swift's net worth is like worth $1. It's like you can't even buy a cup of coffee for $1, and she can buy an iPhone for that. Like, that's the relative difference.
Yeah,
I remember when what was it? I forget what it was. Jordan he's making something like 36 million that year or something. Like it was one of the end of his career, some crazy amount. I think it was actually 36. But he got fined for $25,000 for like wearing the shoes that he wasn't supposed to wear.
Yeah.
And I remember my teacher, like
at that MSG.
Yeah, Mr. DeLapp, my science teacher, like broke down the math and how much that like $25,000 didn't mean shit to him. And like my little fucking 7th grade brain was like, what the fuck type of money is go like this is like I didn't really understand
baseball players who make more than that.
Yes, but I'm saying I didn't understand how much money $36 million was till he told me how little 25,000 was to this nigga. So like when when you're talking about $141,000 a day. And so like I can't fathom what $750 million looks like. You know what I mean? Like the number, even looking at it, it doesn't compute. You know what I mean? But when you're saying like a great salary virtually in every fucking city a day, that is fucking insane, bro. Now that that breaks it down in a way that's like $140,000 a day. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
I love
when
congratulations to him and his family.
Bring that baby to some games this spring, man.
Bro, for sure. We get him tapped. He be paying attention to shit. To that motherfucking big head ass little nigga be goddamn. He be tapping in. Bro, my little big head baby boy. That's my nigga, so I can talk about him like that. But yeah, man.
I love when our chat makes a comeback or a callback. Zoinks in the chat said, "How many pinkies are we cutting off for $765 million?"
Oh, you can take both.
765.
You can take both of them, bro.
Both of them? That'll do it?
I'll be a Simpsons character the rest of my life for $760 million. Hell yeah.
That nigga be Doug Funny. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, both of them. You got the toes too, nigga.
I was about to say, you can take some. You can go to town. You can go to town on me for $760, bro.
One little elbow meat just for the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can look at me like the pigs on the wall at the butcher where they got the shit. You know, you could take some shanks.
Yeah. I mean, the real question is, how many thumbs would you give up for that? I'll give up one thumb for that. Yeah. You can't have both of them though. I don't think there's any amount of money where I give up both.
I gotta be able to open a door still.
Yeah,
I do have to be able to open a door.
Thumb kind of fuck me up, bro. I don't know, because this right here is crazy.
No,
this right here.
You can get one for $750 million, dog. You can get one of them. You get my left hand, my offhand thumb, bro.
But listen, without a thumb, your shit cooked, nigga. You might as well get an arm up, nigga. You might as well go to the grocery store and be grabbing food with your motherfucking.
No one's asking you to give your arm up. Why are you willingly giving away your arm?
But John, just to be clear, for $765, you could pay someone $1 million a year for the rest of your life to just be your thumb.
To be my fruit picker.
To just be your thumb, bro. To just open the door for you. You got $1 million a year. That's a great job too.
Can I just take less? Can I just take less? Can I just take less for the pinky? Like,
no, I don't. $765 for a thumb or nothing.
Bro, put a listing on Indeed for human thumb.
I'm a give up the thumb for sure, bro. But I'm letting everybody know I gave up this thumb for y'all niggas, man. You know what I mean? I'm out here walking around with this motherfucker so y'all can live with both thumbs and be happy, bitch. Because I'm not going to keep all that bread. Y'all getting some, my family. We split that shit up, nigga. Nobody working no more.
I'll buy this entire block. It'll be the Guardabascio Higa compound in Long Beach. And every night I'm sitting around the fire pit talking about, that's a nice car you got. You know, I gave this motherfucking thumb up for you to have that car.
Right. I'm in this motherfucker like,
I haven't
how you got that bitch
my left hand in 17 years, son. All for you.
Shit, nigga.
Also, you can go to Whole Foods instead of Ralph's.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of mutilated hands, have y'all seen the picture of that Dodgers fan's hand who blew his shit up during the celebration with a firecracker?
Bro, no, I don't want to. That shit really hurt my heart when I saw that shit, bro.
No, they reconstructed his shit and he showed a pic of his reconstructed shit.
Does he have? Can he use that motherfucker?
That motherfucker has a boxing glove. There are no extremities. It's just a thumb and a lump.
So why you telling me
they gave him a catcher's mitt, bro?
Nigga, they didn't reconstruct his head. That shit still deconstructed, nigga.
He can smack, he can smack that ass, and that's about all he could do.
Bro, that shit's bro. I'm gonna keep it a bean with y'all. I'm looking at that young nigga celebrating some shit. One moment he has a hand, the next moment he doesn't. That for real fuck with me, dog. I'm hurt for this nigga, bro. I'm hurt. That's what he about. He like early 20s. Stayed too long trying to lock them up like the M80, nigga. Like that quick, bro.
Did I tell you the story about my grandma and fireworks, bro?
Nah. No, go ahead, Tap. Go ahead, bro.
Y'all know I had a like I was an observant kid, and I had a story to warn me away from a lot of different dangers as a teenager. And the story from my grandma on the fireworks was my grandma drew her eyebrows on. She from scratch. She drew them.
A lot of grandmothers do that shit, bro.
100%.
Them eyebrows be pure.
But she drew them on from scratch. Like there was like
from jump.
From my whole life. And I asked her about it, and she said, "Well, my little sister was lighting a firework. This was she grew up like in a shack in rural Pennsylvania. Like she told me one time she told me they got a jelly bean each for their birthdays. Like that, dead serious."
That's some Tiny Tim ass shit.
It was, bro. We used to clown her, but she grew up in the Depression in rural Pennsylvania.
She was poor, how like Mickey Mouse would be poor in a cartoon.
Yes,
gave her a jelly bean.
Yes,
like when they're splitting a bean in half at dinner and shit.
She was don't sell the cow for the magic beans.
Where do you even buy a single jelly bean?
At the fucking grocery store. Everything they had, that's what they charged. They charged the whole family savings.
This nigga gave him a penny for 3 jelly beans.
It was probably licorice too back in that day too, and some nasty shit. I know them 1930 jelly beans wasn't hitting on shit either, dog.
They didn't have
they wrap it up,
bro.
Nigga? Or did they flick the motherfucker and they're like, here, take it. Oh shit.
Anyway, my grandma told me it was like the
what was they eating for dinner on Thanksgiving?
They were starving is what they were doing. They didn't have Thanksgiving.
Yeah, John.
I'm just nigga. Would you hey, you gonna tell me a jelly bean story like that? Nigga? But go ahead. I'm expect nigga not to laugh.
I didn't expect you not to laugh. But the answer to your question is they were starving. They were not eating.
That's not funny. Okay. Just to be clear. Jelly bean's still wild, nigga. Just don't give me nothing, nigga. Shit.
Bro, I don't know if y'all had connection with your great grandparents or grandparents who grew up in the Depression, but the stories were crazy. And that's nigga. Like I have a thing still to this day that's part of what I had to get over to lose weight about like finishing food. Because my grandparents would like if we didn't finish everything, my grandparents would start in immediately on the like, like we never had cake one time when we were kids. Like we would get a piece of bread and like, it wasn't no peeling the crust off. It was like, here's your piece of bread for Wednesday.
Like, believing in Santa is a privilege, nigga.
Every day, bro.
You have to be privileged to believe in Santa. You know what I'm saying? There's motherfuckers out here that's like, you feel what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Anyway, let's not we ain't gotta get all in that, but yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be quiet over there, my boy.
Yeah, Santa exists over here, thank God. You know what I mean?
Yeah, same. But anyway, they had one firework, and it was like my grandma's sister had lit it, and it didn't go off. So my grandma ran over at like 8 years old or some shit, and it blew up in her face, and it burned her eyebrows off to the extent that they literally never grew back. And so that was I don't celebrate with fireworks. If we do the shit in the street, I just sit back and drink some iced tea and enjoy the show.
We have fireworks wars every time I went home in St. Louis. We shooting them motherfuckers across the street at each other, nigga. Roman candles, fucking what's the shit? The shit you light and throw.
The pop.
Maybe y'all didn't do it.
Cherry poppers,
bottle rockets.
Yeah, all of them.
Oh yeah. I'm saying
We can do that with all of them if you try hard enough.
Like nigga, that shit was. So yeah, like this. So when I see shit, I look at everybody I see could have been me, nigga. Yeah. I don't feel like you know what I'm saying. So I'm seeing this shit. I'm like, that could have been me, nigga. You feel me? Unless that's
for sure. It could have been.
It could have been
you.
me,
yeah,
nigga. You feel me? So I hate it for him.
Okay, I got one for you. This is actually going back to Depression time. Are you guys aware of what the name of the guy, LL Bean, the clothing company?
Yeah.
Are you aware of what LL stands for in LL Bean?
Isn't it Leonton or something like that?
Leon Wood Bean.
Leon Wood.
Nigga, fuck that nigga. Bro, only rich niggas will wear LL Bean, dog. Remember that? He looked like a Leon Woodbean ass nigga, bro. Look.
I just saw that on Twitter. And I laughed about that shit for
that's funny as hell, bro.
Your family named you Leon Wood.
And he made clothes for fucking rich kids, dog. Crazy.
His middle name may actually have been Linwood, and it was accidentally changed to Leon Wood.
Leon Wood is horrible. Did Didn't you have to like order that shit from like you had to order it from like a pamphlet or something, like East Bay? You had to sign up for a subscription or something.
I think when we would go to the mountains, we would see they had an outlet store. I never owned it.
Now I'm talking about as a shorty.
No, I think as a kid, didn't they have like outlets? And
I don't know. I never seen LL Bean, bro. Yeah. I would see like polo outlets.
I think they had,
but I ain't never see LL Bean. Yeah,
I think you had to order that. I remember when I was working UPS when I was like 21, and I was like a delivery driver assistant.
That's a fire ass little gig though, low key at 21.
That's work.
Them trucks. Hey, when you work outside in that cold, it be cold. Hey,
nigga, I worked at 2 minutes in a truck though, so that just living in the boxes was cool. Like,
nah, it was cold as fuck on that goddamn truck. And I remember handing this one package off, and I think it was LL Bean. This was like 2002 or so. And the dude was like, yeah, and dude was like, and dude was like, yeah, this is what I ordered. He was like, yeah, this is the vest I ordered. And I was thinking, what the fuck is ordering clothes online? What a weirdo. Yeah. And bro, and I have not shopped at a mall in like 10, 15 years. Like damn near all the clothes I get now I order online.
Yeah. No, I really think LL Bean was some shit you ordered. I feel like the little rich kids that used to have them motherfucking duck boots. Remember them shits, the galoshes looking ass shit. Yeah, I think they was ordering them shits from LL Bean. I never saw them in the stores. Maybe I'm tripping though.
I never had galoshes. We just dried our shoes off.
Nigga, I had the sneakers.
We had the sneakers we were allowed to get wet.
For sure.
We had
I got a pair of Deons, like on some, like it's my birthday. I saved up some money. I ain't eat lunch for a little bit. I'm buying these Deons, nigga. I fucked them shits up in a week, nigga. Like in a week. They brought the motherfuckers back. Maybe get the Reggie Whites. And then I had to buy some Chucks too. They were like $25 back then. And wearing Chucks outside in like the fucking late 90s, nigga. They had me running outside in Chucks like I'm like I'm Pee Wee Kirkland, nigga. Like, bitch, you got me hooping in these goofy ass shit. It's crazy. Anyway.
Did y'all see the quote from George R.R. Martin who said, yeah, I don't know if I'm ever gonna finish Winds of Winter. Yeah. He's like, I'd love to finish it, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I hate being a get back to work fan, but goddamn, bro, this motherfucker does so much other shit.
Said, clock the
fuck in, bro. You fucked your whole show up already. First of all, off letting them get off script. You know what I mean?
No, he didn't. No, they decided that, right? Like, what you mean?
No, if he'd have finished the books, they would have adapted the books. But he didn't finish the fucking books, bro.
They used 80 pages of the book and fucked up the 80 pages.
No, that shit was faithful.
Yeah, the timeline that was agreed upon when George R.R. first locked in was that it would be that his books would be done before the final season. That was
okay. And the next goddamn book is still not done, and it's supposed to be more books after that, bro. Like, god damn.
Hey, so that's why they're doing a prequel? You're saying?
Yeah, they're adapting the
because
stuff
he didn't finish the other books.
Well, since he's not finished it, he wrote Fire and Blood, the Targaryen history that House of the Dragon is based on, and he wrote Night of the Seven Kingdoms that this show coming out this summer is based on. He's written all this other shit called Wild Cards. I'm way deep in this at this point. He's written all this non-Game of Thrones shit called Wild Cards. He's like a showrunner on some random AMC shit you never heard of in your fucking life. Secure your legacy, bro. Finish the fucking books.
Right.
God damn.
He got the bag and got lazy, dog. He signed that max contract. That max contract and started load managing, bro. That's exactly what he did.
It, and I fuck with it, bro. Like, dog, you got the I know. Listen. Y'all want that because that I get it, right? But if I'm him, nigga, I got the bag. Everybody around me good. I'm gonna do a little AMC show because I want to. Fuck putting in the nigga legacy. What, nigga? Fuck you. I'll be dead. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I give a fuck about the people that's here that love me. We good. I'm chilling. I'm enjoying myself doing weak ass AMC shit. You know what I mean? That Game of Thrones shit probably hard. How many shit has he written? How many words has he written on Game of Thrones? How many pages has he written?
Thousands, dog.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, nigga, how many more fucking ideas you want to come up with based upon that story?
The shit was due 13 years ago, dog.
Hey, man, something he might the well might be dry, nigga. He might be asking the nigga He's trying to get him to squeeze water from a rock. Nigga, he ain't got it, dog.
76.
He gave you
Finish
everything
the
he
fucking
had.
book.
He gave you everything he had. 76, nigga. He for sure cooked. Y'all ain't never getting that book, nigga. Fuck
Look,
me.
I've always been on the side of I completely understand when athletes sign big deals and stop giving a fuck. I get it. But with this is different because I feel like honestly George R.R. Martin is cheating himself more than anyone, bro. Like this is the shit that has been like the central point of your life, like the biggest, professional accomplishment of your life, and you don't think you owe it to yourself to get it completed. Like that's where I'm at with it,
Like you turned yourself into like you could be one of the great writers of all time, and you turn yourself into a procrastination joke that dipshit kids are going to be making 40 years from now, bro.
Nigga,
like,
he's 76, y'all.
John, he was like 58 when he finished the last book.
Yes, and he's Braun, nigga, but he fell off because he got fucking old, nigga. The fuck you mean?
Oh, look, if he gone hermit mode and he wasn't doing shit, I'd have no problem with it. But that's my point. Is
that
like finish
AMC
this
shit probably easy, nigga.
It
that
sucks,
shit probably.
dog.
He's just a showrunner, right? It's nigga fucking. It's easy. There's no expectation. It's AMC, nigga. You want him to lock in with HBO again? He got to go back to the league. He got to get in real shape again. Fuck all that, dog. I get it, man. 76 is old as shit to be trying to put forth the amount of effort and energy it takes to write the type of books he writes.
Is he's now got 3 separate Westeros unfinished writing projects. Fire and Blood was just volume 1. It's only the first half of the Targaryen history. He hasn't written the second one yet. He's written the first 4 of the main books, and we're still waiting on Winds of Winter. And then now with the Knights of the Seven Kingdoms shit they're adapting, I think he's written 3 of the novellas, and he says there's 5. Finish one fucking thing. Like, if it's Fire and Blood, finish Fire and Blood then. But finish something, dog. Like, please. I'm begging you.
Dog,
I'm begging you.
He's probably struggling to finish.
George Rick Reginald Martin. Finish a fucking book.
Is that it?
No.
I'm gonna say.
George Leon Wood Martin.
A nigga with that name, he maxed out. Y'all asking him to do more. Reginald, that's crazy.
Oh, what's this stand for? George Raymond Richard Martin.
They didn't need the Richard. Just keep the Raymond, bro. What, Raymond Richard? Like, what is you want? The Raymond was enough. Crazy.
All right.
Anyway, did y'all know Billy D. Williams' real name was William Williams?
Yes, yeah.
Coolest nigga in the world.
William Williams.
Cracking everything. William Williams.
That's a boy named Sue shit. He had to be the coolest dude in the world, bro.
Had to be.
He was William Williams.
His full name was William December. That's where the D comes from. William December Williams Jr. There's a William December Williams Sr. who existed.
And he passed that shit on.
Yeah.
I wonder if he was cool too.
He wasn't cool enough to
not pass the name on. Right.
I think we're going to bump a couple of topics to Tuesday's show, but I did want to talk to you, since it's fresh, about the CEO assassin. There's a picture circulating of him. Huh?
We can't talk about Doechii.
I mean, depending on how long y'all want to go, we can talk about it for sure.
She's special, bro.
We gotta talk about
Doechii,
okay,
man.
all right. Well,
but go ahead. We can talk about. I mean, we can do the little assassinate nigga shit.
We've all been doing some. We've all been real chatty tonight. That's good. It's a chatty Jenkins and Jones.
Yeah. We all
yappy. What do the kids say? Yappy. Excuse me.
It's been
a heavy yappy.
A couple of yappers.
We had to take a 6-minute detour to make fun of how impoverished my grandma was in the
nigga said she got the jelly bean for Christmas. I'm like, nigga, just like I can't fathom the fucking 750 million a jelly bean. Like, that's crazy. God bless him, man. Sheesh.
We have a photo of the CEO assassin, and apparently the reason we have the photo of him smiling is that a woman who worked at the hostel he was staying in, they were flirting with each other, and she told him to take his mask off. And he did. And this dude covered every other aspect of his tracks impeccably. They have not found him. He left a backpack in Central Park. It was filled with Monopoly money. Every other thing he did was some Batman supervillain shit. She said, "Let me see what you look like without the mask." And he smiled practically into the camera.
That motherfucker, he was smizing too. Like he was smiling with his eyes.
Oh yeah, man.
Like I was like, I need Tyra Banks' opinion on this shot of this dude right here. But yeah, dog, like that's all it takes, man. That's all it takes for you to lose focus about whatever you're locked in on. A pretty woman showing interest in you, and someone who has been there. So
also, that's
not
a big risk,
not
man.
has been there as far as assassinating someone. Let me be clear on that.
And if you have, you can tell us off pod. But no, I feel like, dog, I don't know, man. Like, it's such a risk because she don't even know what you look like, bro. You showed your face, and she might not even like that motherfucker once you pulled it off. So like, why you risking to that point? I wonder if I hope he cracked. You know what I mean? We got something out of it, nigga. But damn, but I get it. I kind of get it, bro. I mean, it be like that, like you said, Tyler. We've all kind of been there, man. It's pretty easy to pull a nigga off his, off his square. If a pretty woman looking at you in a particular way, you feel me? Crazy, dog.
I don't see how Juan Soto living in New York making $50 million a year is gonna survive, dog. I just, I don't.
Is he?
Did you see that they did in New York? Did you see they did the CEO assassin lookalike contest? Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. Man, they running it up, dog. They really. There's a lot of joy coming from this nigga's death. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
They having a parade on this nigga, bro. It's just crazy, dog. But yeah, I saw it.
All right, Doechii. We will talk about Doechii before we get to Dookie Butt of the Week. Tiny Desk concert, incredible.
The assassin was going to be my Dookie Butt too because of him doing that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, that was going to be anyway. But yeah, go ahead.
Trying to get out of Dookie Butt. I feel you.
No, I'm still. Yeah, it was going to be my Dookie Butt. Like that's an obvious Dookie Butt moment, bro.
Yeah.
Like you said, 10 out of 10, except for the shit that probably will get you fucking caught, nigga.
Except for here's my whole face.
Here's my whole face. You might not like this shit, but I'll take the chance, nigga, knowing I'm finna put some numbers on the board after this shit. Knowing I'm finna drop, knowing I'm finna put 30 up real quick. You know what I mean? Right after this shit. That's crazy, bro.
Let's talk about the Doechii Tiny Desk concert, and it feels like she's gonna be world famous in like about T-minus 10 minutes is what it feels like. I saw someone complaining about this push seems a little coordinated, and someone just quote tweeted and was like, "It's literally publicity. It's literally an entire industry exists to coordinate a push, and they're successfully doing it, and she's got the goods."
You know what? Her push absolutely is coordinated, and hats off to TDE for that. Like, people have forgotten what artist development and rollout and promotion actually looks like. Right. Like, to say that she, for the implication to be that she's doing too much off an album that just came out 3 months ago. Like, I know we're in 2024 where, this is the microwave attention span era and an album that was popping last week isn't popping this week. But, we're from an era where, bro, artists would live off an album, tour off an album, promote an album for like 2 years back in the day. Yeah. You know what I mean? And people to act like she's doing too much on a 3-month-old project. No. I'm just very impressed by her dedication to her craft. It's so impressive to me. She is just a phenomenal performer. The performance she had on the Colbert's late night, and then the Tiny Desk, bro, she's got it. She is a star in the making, and I think the next logical step here is TDE's probably going to have her opening on the Kendrick SZA tour, and I wouldn't be surprised if she steals the show on that shit, because I know that the performance is going to be A1. She's going to be getting put onto all types of new fans there. Like 2025, I think is really going to be her year. I think she's going to take off, man.
I was listening to like some interviews a while back when she first dropped the album or whatever, but she called it a mixtape because there was some pressure, there was some issues going on with like them not wanting them, like, pushing back with her creative. You feel me? And she was like, I'm going to make a mixtape. So there's not as much pressure behind it. It's not as much oversight. I don't have to get through all this red tape. Drop this shit because I believe in this. And look what happened. She took a big ass risk. You know what I mean? Believed in like you said, put the effort into her craft, believed in herself and her own instincts and her own taste. And look where she's at now. 4 Grammy nominations off a fucking mixtape, bro. You feel me? And as far as her talent, literally limitless. There is nothing she can't do. And the way she moves with intention, with the all black, you know what I'm saying? Like all black woman, instrumentation behind her and singing, like, band behind her, bro. Like that's beautiful. Like everybody braided up. You know what I mean? I mean, she's put so much thought and attention to everything she does. I am such a fucking fan. I couldn't be a bigger fan of anybody, G. Like, I'm all the attention she's getting, whatever coordinated fucking publicity she deserves and has earned all of it. She is fantastic. And then we see her do like rapidy rap shit, and then she does something with jumps on some ratchet shit, which would introduce me with Isaiah Rashad. You feel me?
What you said.
Oh, yeah. You feel me?
That was my first time getting hit.
And fucking
my favorite part of the song.
That song is incredible. Everybody did their thing. You know what I'm saying? The beat was crazy with Banks. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah Rashad, obviously one of my favorite rappers, can fucking rap, and she stole that. That is her song, bro. She's bro, limitless talent. I like I said, I couldn't be a bigger fan of anybody, man. She is so special to me. So special.
John and I had a conversation about her recently where John was like, I think she's a perfect rapper. She has no flaws as a rapper.
I was talking to Tyler about her, and Tyler had said that, and I was like, because I'm just keeping it a bean. When I first heard the album, I'm like, I know I'm supposed to like this more, but I'm not liking it like I should. It took me like it took me like I just had to sit down. I just had to like, you know, I got these kids and shit. They beat my ass and shit. I'm like, let me get some time. And we went to Virginia. I got on the flight and I'm like, I'm listening to Doechii. And like, bro, and then that's all I listened to the whole fucking trip. All I listened to when I got back. Good. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, she's perfect. There's nothing she cannot do when it comes to entertainment, rapping, whatever. However you want to describe what she does.
She can sing, bro.
She can fucking sing though. Like
she's got it.
Like when I'm not talking about I'm talking about opening her mouth, projecting from her lungs, actual fucking scene, not the little throat shit we seeing, you know what I'm saying? Y'all favors light skinned nigga do. I'm talking about actual shit from the stomach, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know, spiritual shit. You feel me? Bro, she is special. And she's beautiful. Dog. She's special. She's special.
All right, we're going to wrap up with our Dookie Butts of the week. If you're in the chat, we want your community Dookie Butt of the week. And then while we're doing that, Jackson can get the poll up from ours for who the ultimate Dookie Butt of the week is. John has already picked the CEO assassin being sprung at the hostel.
That man went and murdered somebody with butterflies in his stomach, dog. Like,
bro, he did that before.
Not about the murder.
Yeah.
The butterflies weren't about the murder.
Yeah,
he was totally fine with the murder.
That nigga was cheesy behind that mask, dropping that dude. You feel what I'm saying? Crazy. And hey, bro, sharp-faced white man, kind of handsome based on the angle, man. You know what I mean? I see why. Let me show you what's really behind here. You feel me? Let me drop this sharp chin on you, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Look at these teeth. Shit, you feel me? You wanted to show off what God blessed him with. Good for you, man. I get it. Crazy.
All right, I'll go first. My Dookie Butt of the week is anyone who lost money on the Hawk Tuah coin.
Oh my God.
I think
how do you even do that though? Is it legal? Was that legal to happen?
Yeah, I mean the crypto market is like more or less. I mean it's the same.
Yes, unregulated, hella unregulated.
Kind of the point of it,
yeah. Unregulated financial market.
Yeah.
But I mean this was what I think quite a bit about the moral responsibility of human beings to navigate the increasingly complicated and unnavigable digital world that we have built. Like. That we're, people are shoving 6-year-olds into this shit, bro. Just giving them iPhones or iPads or whatever. Like, best of luck on Instagram. You know what I mean? And I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know how people are supposed to make it, but this one was an easy one. This one, I could just say, you're stupid. I have no sympathy for you. Obviously, it was going to be a scam. Obviously, that was the only reason she wasn't worried about the financial philosophy of the Hawk Tuah coin.
She's trying to run up it while she can, you know what I'm saying?
And she did.
Milk that shit dry.
Because they pulled like $50 million out. They call it a rug pull in the crypto world, where it was her people sold the shit off like early and they just pocketed the money. And so you have people tweeting about they're losing 5 figures like within an hour or whatever. It's like I have no sympathy, brother.
They didn't even pretend.
We
dog.
created. There's so many things we did wrong as a country, but we created regulated financial markets where your money is insured for up to $250,000, and you chose to give your money to a woman,
Hawk Tuah,
whose entire name is a reference to the noise that she says she makes when she spits on a penis. Like, and you said, "Oh, they put her on a dollar bill. I gotta have that." Like when we were at 1:00 in the morning, Comedy Central, Dave Chappelle's special was over. They would show the "Get Your Ronald Reagan" commemorative coin. And I remember at like 11 years old thinking, people are paying money.
who the fuck is doing this?
People are paying
right?
$50 for a 50-cent coin with Ronald Reagan's face on it.
Old ass nigga.
And people are lying. At least Ronald Reagan was the president. People are lining up to give their money to Hawk Tuah for the
Hawk Tuah coin, nigga. Golly, that don't even sound like some shit you supposed to participate in, nigga. You know what I mean? Nothing about that seems like it'll be on the up and up. Crazy.
No, the smell test has got your nose has got to work better than that, bro. It's got to work better than that. Tyler, who's your Dookie butt of the week?
Y'all been keeping up with the South Korea president? Yoon Suk.
Oh yeah, they get him
break
up out of there, bro.
break it down. Give the context.
Okay, so basically, this dude just completely out the blue declares martial law in South Korea, right? And he said his reasoning was because he had gotten some intel that there are like covert organizations plotting to take him down. And you know, the whole premise of martial law is basically saying, bro, if you come outside, our military has a right to kill you without question, right? Yeah. Like that's what's understood there. Not only South Korea went to the streets after that mandate came out. They went to the streets and protested. They literally showed up at his crib at like the South Korea equivalent of the White House. They showed up to his crib protesting like, you got us fucked up and you think this shit is gonna pass. and then this dude just tried to walk about like my bad, I was tripping when I said we're gonna do martial law. We're not gonna do martial law. And then they had an impeachment trial against him, but the party that he's affiliated with is in power, so the votes didn't go through to get him out of there. But bro, just ultimate dickhead move. I have never seen martial law get walked back. Like, I don't think ever in my life.
Didn't whatever their version of Congress is, like, vote against it, like whatever number to kneel.
Yeah,
like, he didn't win a single.
It was like 460-3 or something.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I got the homie that told me to start the podcast. That said y'all should start a podcast. The dude, my homie Andy, he's in Korea right now.
My homie,
I got a buddy in Korea right now too.
Yeah, he's in Korea right now. Like, I was talking to him about the whole shit, but
he was like, my friend Dante was texting us like, this shit's funny. Like, you know what I mean? He's like, these stupid motherfuckers. Like,
he was outside taking photos and shit. Like, running up. He's like, they trying to get this man out of here, cuz like it's over with.
Whole country told that man that he had them
right.
Up, bro.
They trying to impeach, buddy.
That's crazy. Jackson, who's your Dookie butt of the week?
My
Jackson's going to stick with our international politics theme and go with the Syrian regime as the Dookie.
No. Although my Uber driver just randomly told me that information in Uber last night. It was very strange vibes. But my Dookie butt of the week is the Spotify Wrapped AI podcast that they did. If anyone who uses Spotify Wrapped, Spotify automatically generated like a Google powered AI podcast to like basically read you the results of your Spotify Wrapped. But because it's not well programmed, it's mispronouncing all sorts of shit, including artist names, which is just kind of like funny and like, haha, look at this.
This is what you sent us, right?
This is what I sent. Yeah. But what's hilarious is it's just like a formula, right? It just like takes your Spotify Wrapped information and it spits it out into this AI fake podcast thing. And so a lot of people in their Spotify Wrapped have songs with the N-word in the title. And the Spotify Wrapped thing is mispronouncing the N-word to many millions of people in the country, and not only, but and also the like fake podcast.
What? I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Okay,
and the fake podcast is like,
what do they say?
It's like, I don't know.
I was gonna try a couple to get them choose. This is gonna be like a multiple choice situation. You know what I mean?
It's also very obviously like the voices of the AI podcast are very obviously white people, and so it's really, really funny to hear them mispronounce.
This is why representation is important.
It's so.
If you had a nigga in the room when you made this decision, they would have called that out. Like, bro, Like
It's
looked at their
so
playlist,
fun.
like I don't know if we should have an AI white man pronouncing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but this is the type of shit that's why I don't feel like we're gonna end up like working for the robots with the AI shit, bro. Because if AI was that smart, AI would have been able to tell Spotify this podcast is not a good idea. AI here chiming in on the Slack. I don't think we should
AI
do
here.
this.
Obviously, people are that smart though. You know what I mean? Like, so
That's what I'm saying. So it's AI is just as stupid as us.
But I'm saying, I don't think AI has to be that smart to get us up out of there, bro. You know what I'm
All it's
saying?
got to do is mint some Hawk Tuah coin.
Say no. That's all I gotta say is no. It's a Hawk Tuah coin. Boom. It's you know what I mean? Crazy.
All right, throw those 4 in the chat.
They are in a poll, and I will tell you the chat's Dookie Butt of the Week.
Well, hold on. Will you tell me the
okay.
exact wording that your cab driver
Yes.
used, that your Uber driver used to tell you about the downfall?
Yeah, we were just, it was a mostly silent Uber ride. I was getting driven to a bar. He was playing classical music. It was kind of weird energy in there just to start with.
Yeah.
And
Why?
then
What kind of car is
classical
this?
music?
What kind of car is this?
what kind of car was it? It was like a regular sedan. I don't remember. It was something pretty regular. And
It's
then
a Tesla that makes me kind of.
no, it was not a Tesla. It was a regular like a regular sedan. And he just goes, "Oh my God!" And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Syria just I forget what he said, but he just like kind of just like spat it out right in front. And I was just like, "Did you just say oh my?" Like I couldn't even like process what had happened. He reacted as if the car, like something on the road was gonna happen. Like it was like he was like, "Oh my God!" Like as he's 2 hands on the wheel. And then he's like, his phone is here to like with the directions. He must have like had a news notification pop up. Yeah, it was the strangest thing, and I was just like, okay. And then I just kind of like it was just.
Were you in the car by yourself?
Yeah.
Oh,
what did you say?
Why are you taking Ubers? Okay, because you're going to the bar. You're responsible. Makes sense.
Yeah.
What did you say? Did you say, "Wow, that's crazy"?
Yeah, something like that. I was just like, damn.
Could have told him about Hawk Tuah coin. Have you heard about Hawk Tuah coin?
You were like, damn, international
we're gonna
geopolitics.
Get weird.
That's crazy.
If we're gonna get weird, fuck it.
Fucking.
It is just so strange.
All right, throw those 4 in the poll, and then I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, you're good.
Who's the chat Dookie?
The chat's Dookie Butt of the Week is Johnny Manziel. Did you guys see why he was making the rounds on the internet?
Okay, wait. Did he post that or did his lady post it? I'm not hip to what's going on.
He posted it and shouted out his lady.
I thought this was at Manziel. Oh, so that was his lady.
He posted it and shouted her out while also putting his tag in it for whatever reason.
Wait, what did he post?
Just very boomer navigating.
It was his birthday, I believe.
Yeah,
and he posted multiple pics from like one was from his birthday. His girlfriend like who's Jose Canseco's daughter, by the way, bringing him a cake with candles in it and like a cutesy post. The other was a shot from both of them in the shower together. You can only see like neck up basically, but like he's behind her in the shower, like the camera's like on the from like where the shower head is, like that on the wall going this way, and he's behind her. And the caption on the picture is about the love that they have and how he shampoos her hair in the shower, and it's just like very weird and cringe. But specifically, in addition to that, people are pausing on a specific frame where he has like his hands in her hair and she is like making a face like, oh, this feels really good when someone is shampooing my hair for me. But because he's behind her when he's doing that, it looks like it looks a particular way. And so it was making the rounds because it was both like cringe a little bit, but also like that specific freeze frame. Yeah. It's kind of an insane thing to post.
Imagine
I dropped the tweet in the chat if y'all want to take a look at it.
Like for me, like I've done,
but not in the chat, in our group chat.
Have a ton of money, you know. I mean, she doesn't worry about anything, and she's with this goofy ass nigga. Him posting her in situations like that. You almost got to go to jail in that situation. At least do something that's gonna give me a night in jail. You know what I mean? I'd be willing to do a week over. You know what I mean? Like something like that. But like, dog, what the fuck? Shit. Like, could you? I mean. That's somebody's
Johnny
baby,
Manziel might have swept up Hawk Tuah coin and the CEO assassinated. Yeah, that Johnny Manziel might.
That Johnny Manziel. Yeah. That's they. I think you should put theirs in it. Is there?
Yeah.
They can't vote for their own, but I think they kind of won. That's great. I forgot about that. I think I saw it and my brain was like, yep. Like get that.
Just let me get that.
We don't want to put that in the long term. Even the short term, you just like get it out of here, bro.
I think anytime you're bringing the phone into the camera, like the phone into the shower for content, that's so weird. There's a line there that it's actually the exact same line as buying Hawk Tuah coin. That as you're going across it, your brain has to notice the line and go, you know what? I'm gonna come back over here.
Honestly,
I'll put the phone on the counter.
I think the farthest you could go is like shirt off on social media, and I think that's like, damn, you got your shirt off. That's kind of like a thing, you know what I mean? If
you've never posted yourself with your shirt off, and you've had abs throughout your 30s, which is not true of many adults.
We got to get back though, because your boy been tweaking lately. This holiday's been busting my ass. You know what I'm saying? We locking in next tomorrow. But yeah, I did have my shirt off in college though, but that was like I was
stuck in a loop. You just got
stuck
in a
nigga.
loop.
I was like, nigga. Like, bro.
We're locking back in tomorrow, Monday, December 9th. That's the lock-in date.
No, I told Rother yesterday, I'm like, yo, this cannot continue. I am not me right now. I don't know this nigga.
I'm not me.
I'm like, I don't know. I'm not gonna be out here.
He only has 4 abs right now. I guarantee you if he pulled that hoodie up, he still has 4 abs right now.
Me is hilarious.
Nigga, this is how I'm not living the life that I should be living, dog. I just can't be this nigga that I'm being, bro. Like they had nigga, I literally can't tell you how many cookies I ate yesterday.
Do you have 4 abs right now?
I probably had 2. I probably got 2. I mean the sides, bro, because I'll have abs and still have the side meat. You feel me? So
you're supposed to have abs, the side meat at this age. You're supposed to have the side meat at this age.
You saw how nigga was looking. I sent y'all that shit, nigga. You don't gotta have that if you don't want it, nigga. You can accept it if you want, nigga. I just can't be out here with that shit, dog. It's just like, bro.
I'm saying even this man has not posted a shirtless picture of himself on social media.
No. And I mean, like, I'm not mad at people that do. I'm just saying, like, but that's as far as you can go as far as revealing yourself. Like in the shower, to me, even these people that do these like get ready, why is the shower considered? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't bring people into your bathroom.
That's a
I don't want to some motherfuckers
zone,
be brushing my fucking
content-free zone. Yeah,
you feel me? Like you cross the bathroom threshold with a camera for the public. That's wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck you mean? That's crazy. Yeah. Anyway,
who's the poll winner, Jackson?
The poll winner was losing money on the Hawk Tuah coin.
Yeah, the dookiest
of butts.
That's a real nasty. Yeah, your butt is real.
Someone's kid's got to do 2 years at junior college, bro. You know what I mean? Like someone's not getting their oil changed right now who should be getting their oil changed right now because they bought the Hawk Tuah coin.
I saw a nigga that said he dropped $25K in that shit, bro. 25 of them, 25 bands, bitch. You lost 25 bands over a Hawk Tuah looking ass. Not me a goddamn. Ain't no fucking way. Could you imagine me having to tell Rother? My mom, like, Mom, I lost 25 bands. What?
I think you just keep that one quiet.
You can't keep 25,000 quiet
from your wife.
That's gonna leave a hole.
You think I'm Soto, nigga? You think I'm Soto? The fuck?
That's a lot of birthday jelly beans, Jackson.
Right.
You got to explain to a lot of people.
That's a lot of jelly beans.
Explain to a lot of people where $25,000.
That's too many jelly beans to go unnoticed. That's too many jelly beans to go unnoticed. You're right.
You lost 25K. Bro, that's a lot of chicken, nigga. That's crazy, bro.
What's the most money? This is really a topic for Tuesday. What's the most money you could fuck off right now without having to explain it?
Well, I wouldn't have to explain anything to anybody, but.
Well, but how much money do you have to fuck off? That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
I'd have to explain it. I don't know.
I just don't. I just think we got 2 kids, bro. Ain't no room to fuck off, nigga. We got we trying to put these niggas in college.
I'm being, y'all know we're doing well.
For sure, y'all got it.
I couldn't fuck off $200. You know what I mean?
Nigga,
it's like
fuck off.
Yeah, to fuck off, to just be like disappeared out of the checking account, bro.
I mean, you could go buy $200 worth of sneakers. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and that's we're totally fine there. But it's like, but that's even that's a like, like. I wouldn't do it if it was going to take something out of whatever else. But
for
it's
sure,
like, hey, I bought shoes. There's never been a like, oh wow, there's less money than I thought. Where did it go? That's just not how we live or whatever. You know what I mean? But like 25K?
25K is crazy.
25 stacks, bro, from a regular nigga, like with a 9 to 5 that goes to work and earns their money. This is, you know what I mean?
You're not getting Christmas or your birthday or the vacation. Like
25
you know what I mean?
just gone. What?
No more gummy clusters for me.
No more Nerds gummies.
I saw them in the store. I almost caught.
You gotta get them, dude.
No,
They're
he
low-
can't.
I wanted
That's
to try
not.
'em.
They're
Tomorrow,
kinda
he's
low
locking in
calorie.
tomorrow, bro.
I'm locking
Today
in.
was his
They're
last
kinda
day.
low
It's
calorie.
not even.
Today was
sweet.
his last day to eat them.
I'm going.
He's locking
I'm
in
going
tomorrow.
from now till Christmas.
I'm gonna get you
Like
some.
I'm locking in till Christmas. Like
I'm gonna get you some,
bro.
You got to get like me. Get on that pistachio diet.
No, I mean, I think how I be locking in is just
John.
straight. Like it's protein shakes, meat, and then green veggies. That's it, bro. Water. Fuck you mean? Clean. I have to cleanse my soul. How I've been living is.
But what does that
evil.
mean? What does that mean?
Nigga? I gotta.
What does that mean?
He ate
From
3
you.
cookies
From you.
high
yesterday.
protein
He ate
and
3
high-
cookies yesterday.
No, what is it? No.
That's what I want an explanation.
Listen, bro.
That was
I'm gonna
fun.
tell you this. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this.
I'll never
wasn't-
forget. I would never forget
Yeah,
Tyler,
but that's-
John, and I having dinner at Open Sesame.
but
And
for
John
sure, for
saying
sure.
I
he
love
couldn't
Open
try
Sesame.
the lemon potatoes because we were gonna get donuts later.
We want to
I'll
get
never
donuts. But I'm
forget
saying,
that.
like, okay, but listen, trip out this. I'm gonna tell you, I got a sweet tooth. So when I was in,
Tyler
And,
looked
like-
at you like he looked at me when I told him I had a gas grill, bro.
yeah, he looked at me. He looked at me like my mama looked at me if I said I was Republican, nigga. You know what I'm saying? He looked at me like, who is this fuck ass nigga? Anyway,
What have you been eating recently that's so bad? That's my
okay,
question.
no, like sweets, it's crazy. Like we have so many sweets now because it's Christmas and shit. But like, trip about this, like, so I have a crazy sweet tooth. So like when at 36, I was in a like when Rhonda met me, nigga, I had an 8-pack, nigga. I took my motherfucking shirt off. Rhonda was like, oh, so you got abs. Exact sentence. He was like, oh, like I ain't know you like that, nigga. You hear me? I did it on purpose too, nigga.
This entire thing has been for him to tell that story.
No. Oh, yeah, well,
Whap.
yeah, I
You
forgot.
lifted it. You didn't do a slow
Yo,
reveal.
you threw the
went
lob.
whap.
Oh, you
You
got
hit it with
abs,
all
ass.
8 abs at
Yeah,
once.
for
Bam.
sure. But I'm telling you, but on Fridays though, I would eat a whole dozen cookies.
That's awesome.
Every Friday, I would crack some shit. I would eat a whole so I have a sweet tooth where I remember I would go to my barbershop. My barber makes my favorite cookies. My barber's wife does. She was selling them motherfuckers. I went there and get my hair cut every Friday, and then I would take 12 cookies. I would eat the dozen before I got home. The motherfuckers in Inglewood, nigga, I'm like 15 minutes from there.
That's kind of crazy.
Bro,
I'm the same way though.
While waiting for the barber, he gave me them shits while waiting for the barber to get my hair cut. He gave me 15 one time, and I cracked off 15 before I got in the chair. He looked at me and said, he's like, damn,
I got in the chair.
he didn't even want to give me no more. He's like, nigga, I'm gonna give you diabetes, nigga. You eating them motherfucker. He thought he thought I was addicted. He looked at
you
me
a crackhead,
crazy.
yeah,
like I was
for
like I
sure.
was a geeker, nigga. So I got a crazy sweet tooth, nigga. So like that's what's been going on with me. I'm doing that type of goofy, weird shit. Cause like
We gotta
rather
talk about this on the pod, bro. I had
Okay,
a lot of
okay.
people hit me up when I was talking about how much weight I lost, saying they want
Yeah.
they want to hear about it on
Let's
the
see what
pod
you
or
say.
whatever. I
I'm
feel a little
locking
weird
in.
about it.
I'm
I feel a little
get-
weird about
yeah.
it being on the topic list. Like, our weight
No,
loss
that's
journey.
no,
Let's see what I'm saying.
bro. That's beautiful. I think that's inspiring,
That's what
nigga.
I'm
I'm like, yeah, shit. You lost a lot of weight. That's life changing. The people were hitting me saying you inspired them, like hitting me like I'm the nigga just I'm associated with you. You know what I mean?
We'll do a cookie. So we'll do a cookie segment on. We'll do big boy
Oh.
segment on fucking Tuesday.
Dude, I got some.
Yeah.
Good
Big back segment.
Yeah, man. I'm getting nigga. I gotta lock in.
All
I made a
right.
joke of myself. I made a joke. I clowned myself yesterday with Rhonda, and she laughed a little too hard. I'm talking about like eyes watering, nigga. She don't give a fuck though. She like shit. I don't care. We locked in. You know what I'm saying?
Shar's
I
the same
care,
way,
nigga.
but she'll sometimes like, you'll get to like, oh, it's so great you're going to the gym again. You know what I mean? Like the positive
yeah,
reinforcement. You're like,
yeah.
oh, you feel like I need the positive reinforcement here. I get it. I see where this is coming from. All right, that's all the time we got. That was a very long Sunday night episode. Thanks for hanging out with us at youtube.com/@Jenkins and Jones. Thanks for listening to it. If you're listening on the pod on Monday at your work, we appreciate you either way. We'll be back, I assume, Tuesday and Thursday. We got a very special guest coming Thursday.
Yeah.
So make sure you're subscribed to Everything Everywhere,
Jackson
and we'll see
excited.
y'all then. Bye.
Bye.